Hi, 143 fam. I'm Antonia. Thank you for being here. For the month of May, I'm going to be giving away 3 free readings. 2 winners will be chosen via YouTube. 1 winner will be chosen via Instagram. If you would like to be considered for a free reading, leave me a comment below your video. Let me know how you've connected to the messages. Also, let me know that you have subscribed. For Instagram, follow me, leave me a comment, interact, and I will alert winners by May 31st. It's important to check my comment back to you at the very end of the month because I will not be choosing winners prior to May 31st. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'm so grateful for your support here on my channel. Now let's jump in to your May 1st horoscopes. Hi, Aries. This reading is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for May 2019. We're going to start with your general overview. Then I'm going to jump into love. Aries, I will have timestamps down below for you guys. Aries, general overview, May 2019. Aries, I just channel that. Someone has had enough. Those exact words. Someone has had enough. What have you had enough of? This definitely feels like your energy, and it comes through like super confident. Really, really on point. Okay, someone pushed you to a limit. Was that in career? Was that in love? You're over it, aren't you? Someone has had enough. I don't feel that you're struggling with connections to the past. You won't be by the end of May. You will have had enough of something or someone in May if you haven't already reached that point coming into May. For many of you, you've already reached that point. You've been maxed out with something and it's so confident. There's so much self-love. There's no nonsense. You just move on. It's like non-negotiable. It comes through very, very, very powerful. I'm also channeling something that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Maybe it'll make a little more sense to somebody watching Dancing in the Dark. I know that's a lyric, but I don't know what that means to you. You're dancing in the dark. What does that mean? Are you just out having fun? You're having fun at night? Fun with friends. I definitely feel like if that message pertains to love in terms of having had enough, you're out having a really good time. You're celebrating. You're with friends. You're not trying to replace anybody. You're just trying to not deal with any drama. You're just completely over it. Same is true with work, though. If someone pushed you to a limit, you may have abruptly walked in one day and you were like, I quit. Here's my 2 weeks. Not a day over. You may have also just been, nope, this is so toxic. I can't even give you 2 weeks. I'm sorry to do this to you, but it is what it is, and you are on your way. So however that applies, however that message has manifested for you, Aries, that's where you're at. But you know what? That comes from so much confidence. It's not ego. It's confident. It's self-love, and it's justified. It's warranted. Someone pushed you. Someone has definitely pushed you. Let's get a little more clarity. We're going to take a look at general first. So general overview for Aries, May 2019. What is this dancing in the dark? What an interesting message to get. I think you guys are just out having fun. Yeah, someone pushed you to a limit and you're out. Changing career. Some of you are definitely changing location. You're moving to a new city. You want a new chapter, a fresh start. You are over it. It's so good for you. However you move forward, whatever you move forward to, the energy of that forward motion is so positive and so blessed for you, Aries. You almost kind of can't go wrong. It doesn't even have to be a specific place for you to have a blessed experience there for those of you that are moving. But it's new job, it's new. It really feels like a move, though. It doesn't just feel like you're moving from one job to the next. It feels like a much bigger deal than that. Center of your reading. What do you desire? Okay, you know someone pushed you to your limit. You're out. You've closed some doors. You're having fun. But as you kind of rein that in, as you know, the reality hits you, okay, well, maybe I don't have a job now. How do I move forward with this? Get clear with universe. What do you want this new chapter to look like? If you move to a new location, how should it make you feel? How much money should you be making in a new job? What do you want your future to look like? Now's the time to manifest it. Because you're coming from this very powerful, empowered place, you will manifest things very quickly. So just get clear on what that is. Make sure you're focusing on what it is that you do want, not what you don't want, because you want to make sure you're manifesting at a high level, that you're shaping things consciously. You manifest this really quick. Ooh. For some of you, the only clarity that you have is that you want to move because you need a different energy, a different social circle. You need a different job, a different experience, a different career. Taking some steps forward this month, even if you don't have like full circle clarity, is so positive. You'll have answers between May 1st and May 31st. You know what that next step is, and you know where you need to go. In a sense. I'll tell you this, some of what ended and some of what pushed you to your limit was a blessing in disguise. It really wasn't somebody trying to be manipulative. It wasn't, I mean, for some of you it was. Some people were just, their energy was off. But it should have been your life, not to make you feel like a victim. It wasn't meant to hurt you. It was just meant to be a catalyst to move you forward, which is what it did, okay? So there's something innocent about that. If you can, while you're manifesting at this very high level, if there's any attachments, there really doesn't feel like there will be attachments along to anything in the past, which means you will come full circle with peace and forgiveness very quickly. But give that peace, give that forgiveness where to anyone who needs it, whether you feel they deserve it or not, because the universe is taking care of you. Someone's negative energy may have pushed you out the door, but universe had them hold space for your progress forward. Does that make sense, Aries? There's some sort of innocence here. I will say children may be affected by this move, but it feels very positive. Some of you may be moving forward with starting a family with somebody. Some of this change in direction and getting to the core. Okay, this is the center of your reading message. What do you desire? Getting to the core of what it is that you want in your life. For some of you, it's acknowledging that you want family, that you want children of your own. If you're with a partner who won't offer that, you might be out. That might be the deal breaker. You're pushed to your limit. Someone kept asking you to wait and wait and wait. They were never ready. And for you, it's too big of a sacrifice. What if they're never ready? That's definitely coming through pretty strong for some of you. For others, there's no drama around it. It's beautiful. You've had enough of making excuses as to why you're not ready. You know deep down you want to start this family of a beautiful partner. And you just say, wait a minute, all of that was out of fear? Some of it's warranted, of course, but I'm loving my life. We're going to start. This is beautiful, blessed energy because children comes through very strong for you. You may be moving toward a career working with children, or if you already work with children, you may find a different platform. Okay, children comes through very strong for you. But especially in relation to those of you, so for career, but this comes through, oops, I put your cards down the wrong way. This comes through very strong for those of you who are considering having children. It looks like you'll be successful. For some of you, what you're manifesting is a baby. Make sure you put out free will, highest good, and harm to none when you're manifesting, but let it come through. There's fertility energy big time here. You guys have a strong connection to children. Some of you, you're walking away from situations that weren't just unhealthy for you, they were unhealthy for your kids. Jobs that kept you away from your family all the time. Partners that maybe weren't the best role model. You're done. Nothing's holding you down or holding you back. Change in direction, clarify by entrepreneur. For those of you who left a job working for somebody else, seriously consider launching something of your own. You will make so much money. There will be some progress and some patience, or patience with progress. Okay, it might not launch and be a huge success overnight, but it'll happen quicker for you than for most who start a new business. Or if you sort of have a side project, a side business, consider making it a full-time thing. For those of you who work for yourself, even if you're used to working in a traditional environment, you work for somebody else, this is where you make the most money, and this is where you will have the most success, especially for those of you who have a connection to children too. It'll be healthy for your kids. You may be working with children. Wow, this children energy comes through really strong. This comes through really strong for you. Yeah. For some of you, you're moving to the water. What do you desire? Center of the reading, clarified by the ocean. Cleansing sea salt baths is going to help cleanse energy and give you the clarity that you need to move forward. But the biggest message I get here, there's so much energy around move, around children, about progress forward. For some of you, you move to the water. You're moving somewhere where money is more fluid. I see this won't apply to everybody. For those of you who've had a hard time conceiving, okay, and you don't realize these are connected, there's an energy where you're at, a city you live in, there's too much stress, there are toxins, there's some sort of energy component to that. It's not just physical, it's not just infertility, it's not that, you know, the timing just isn't meant to be. You move to the ocean or to water, or it's a vacation you go on that brings you to the water and you have success conceiving there. I see this direct connection between being by the water, especially for those of you who continue to move, and that helping you have children. I know that might be a crazy message for some, but it comes through strong enough. That may apply to more than just like one or two people. Ooh. All right. Oh, wow. We have 3 cards that just popped here. Innocence is being clarified by see only love, play, and trustworthy guidance. So we have 3 clarifiers for 1 card. So I'm going to hold them up individually. We have innocence here, okay? Someone's intentions that forced you, or actions, okay, that forced you to maybe move on, or you chose to move on from. A lot of that was more innocent than you realize. Even if it's a difficult situation, see only love, keep that energy vibing high, okay? Offer forgiveness, move on. But this is what interests me here. Also clarified by play, another child card. Do you see how strong this energy? This isn't just 1 or 2 of you. Aries, this applies to many of you. You have a strong connection to children. You're thinking of having children. This children energy is very dominant, okay? How do you want that to manifest in your life? How does this apply to you? If you already have children, how do you want these changes to positively impact them? As you're manifesting, keep your children in mind. Get very clear with universe what you would want to see for your kids. Healthy new friendships, a healthier environment to grow up in, an easy transition for them, okay? Because sometimes it's difficult for kids, especially if they're moving and they already have social circles and schools. Also clarifying innocence is trustworthy guidance. Whatever caused you to leave, whatever didn't work out, whatever pushed you to your limit, pushes you closer to this. This feels like a creative project. This feels like a new business. It's a trustworthy idea. Universe is guiding all of this. The momentum, the movement forward, the change in direction. Trust ideas, especially around business, that comes through for you in the month of May. If you already know what this idea is, that divine guidance has already come through previously, make sure you see that business, that idea through to completion. Launch it on a bigger level. Really trust it. For some of you, you will be moving the business. It's not just about moving home. You'll be moving the business. You make more money when you move. Okay. Release and surrender. It's just about letting go. Honestly, release and surrender to universe any fears, any worries that you have around the changes that are happening in your life. Trust that it's divine. Even if some of it feels a little forced, if endings feel a little forced, trust it, move forward. It really feels like you guys are handling this gracefully with a lot of confidence and you're feeling very empowered. Anything that feels heavy, let it go, surrender to universe. Do what is within your control. And then let the rest go. Let the universe handle and manifest things perfectly for you. Don't control things too much. But the main message here is stay in the flow. Stay in the flow of this beautiful divine energy, this momentum, this push you feel forward. Trust that is divine. Trust that you are being cared for. Trust that you will have clarity at some point in May, if you don't already have it coming into May, as to what these next steps are. Okay? This would be a very, very blessed, beautiful, positive transformation. I just heard healthy. It helps somebody's health. And I also think that's why when you move, especially if you're closer to the water, your physical health benefits so much that directly impacts your ability to have a child. There's just that might just seem a little far-fetched, but it comes through very, very, very strong for your Aries, especially if you've been having a little bit of an issue. It may also be, I'm also feeling there's a doctor somewhere else. They're not in your city, a specialist. This doesn't have to be Western medicine. This could be a holistic practitioner. Again, in relation to somebody who's having a hard time conceiving. You may be traveling somewhere by the water, by the ocean. There's a specialist there. Okay, so if you're thinking of going to see somebody and you're like, oh my God, that is in a different city and it's by the water, trust that you'll have success there, okay? Family, children, on point, whatever it is that you want, especially around children and career at this time you're getting it. So just manifest wisely. There's a lot of powerful energy here for you, Aries, in the month of May. Okay, let's jump into love. Aries in love, May 2019. Aries in love, May 2019. Yeah, I see you guys out late. I see you out late. I see you up late. I see you socializing after the sun has come down. I think that's that message of dancing in the dark. I think that that's what that meant. But you're having fun. You're not too caught up on anybody. If you're single, you may not want to call in a new partner too quickly, but that actually directly benefits you because one, you're having fun with your friends and you're not stressing, but it actually makes you much more open to love. So if you're an Aries who's just like, I'm out with my girls, I'm out with my guys, I'm having a good time, I'm social, you're really detached from love. You're in that state of joy though. I just see dancing. I just keep hearing and seeing dancing. You wind up calling a new love. I'm just letting you know that that's how that's going to work. The more detached you are, as long as you truly do stay open, your heart is still open, even if your mind isn't really interested in that and your attention is elsewhere, you wind up calling in somebody that's pretty significant to you in May. Aries in love. Yeah, let your friends help you. First card out. You're out with your friends, you're socializing, and you're having fun. This is the main message that comes through for you. I see this, I feel it, I hear it. You're out, you're having fun, you're social after work, on the weekends. You know, there have been a few signs we've talked about you're not sleeping enough. You may be one of those signs, but you sort of don't care. Even if you only get a few hours of sleep, you wake up in the morning, you're pumped, you still have energy, you're good to go. So it doesn't feel like it's really weighing you down, but it will by month's end if you don't balance it with a little bit of a healthier lifestyle, at least sleep for 6 hours. But for some of you, I'm feeling like you're sleeping for like 2 or 3 hours, but you're not worried about it. You're having fun. It almost feels a little manic. This could be somebody after a breakup who is just like, oh my God, I'm free. I'm going to go have fun. I'm going to go all in, all out, maybe a little too hardcore, but that's just what it is. It feels positive for you, but do have a little bit of a healthier balance. But you're with your friends, you're having a good time. It directly and positively impacts your love life. While you're out with your friends, you're going to have people trying to approach you. If you're open to it, have a conversation. I really feel like while you're out with your friends, someone's going to come through. You're very attractive because you're having fun and there's none of that desperation energy. You're not out there seeking. I'll show you this separation. I really feel like some of you are getting out of relationships. You have gotten out of relationships, and this sort of like abundance of friends, socializing, dancing, being out, it's on the back end of this. You feel free, or maybe you need a distraction, so you're out with friends. It actually does feel very positive. The only warning is that you may overindulge. Just try to rein it in so you still stay in a realm of being healthy while still being able to go out and have fun with your friends. Yes. 2 separation cards here. I'm telling you, you feel free, right? You're out with your friends, clarifying by free yourself. You feel free. Someone's feeling free and indulging in that freedom, and it's good. It feels empowered. This doesn't feel reckless. This feels fun. It feels happy. It feels empowered. I really think some of you are dealing with toxic people, very needy people who needed your energy, who needed your money, your success. They needed you to put more energy into a relationship than they were ever capable of giving back to you, and it was expected, and you did that for so long, and oh my God, you have your freedom now. If you feel that relief, go out and have fun. That message is for you. I do feel like for some of you, for those of you who are going through the separation, okay, but you would like to get back together, friends are going to be extraordinarily helpful. One will be supportive, but someone has input. You may have mutual friends that help reconnect you. But for the majority of you, it feels like you want the separation. It just feels like somebody felt like you felt suffocated. And it may not have been anybody doing anything malicious. Like, it doesn't feel that. To be honest with you, this is what I'm also getting for some of you who felt suffocated in a relationship. It wasn't even just your partner. It's like their family was too much in your business, their friends. It almost seemed like, and it doesn't feel like it came from your family, your friends. This could go both ways. But if you're the one who felt suffocated, it's like there wasn't enough distance from family. There was too much pressure and expectation. Family who never fully took you in, or if they did and they loved you and you had a good relationship, they still didn't respect boundaries. It's like it wasn't just your partner. It was the whole package. Something was too much. And your partner either didn't see that and so they couldn't fix it. They didn't know how to. Maybe you didn't communicate that with them. If you did, it kind of went over their head because maybe they love being around family and other people all the time, and you need more space than that to feel healthy and grounded and stable. It does feel like somebody else, not just a partner. For some of you, it's definitely a partner. For others, it feels like family. Someone else was close to the relationship. They were too much. And that's why you guys are separating. If that applies to you, if it wasn't your partner who was smothering you, or you weren't feeling suffocated just because of them directly, it was their parent, it was their sibling, it could be their children from another relationship. Something was too much. I am feeling it could be somebody's ex was too much to deal with, especially in relation to children. I actually see you being able to resolve that. That feels like a situation, yeah, you need your space from. While you're out with your friends, you may get some clarity that, you know what, I thought I wanted single life. You know, I still really love this person. They are still my true love. I just need healthier boundaries. Friends, having conversations with friends, being vulnerable with people you trust may help bridge that gap again. Some of you have the options to get back together, or you may decide in May, even though you initiated a separation, you actually do want to rekindle things because time away, I don't know, it just gives you some sort of perspective here. Okay, we have beautiful, beautiful cards on the table, even though we have separation. So let's start with this first. Heart-to-heart conversations clarified by True Love Center of your reading. While you're out, if you're single, you're meeting people, even though you're not trying to meet people, someone very special can and will come in for you. Keep an open heart, even if you're like not really feeling love in relationships right now. It could be someone that you meet and you talk to briefly. You keep a phone number, you send a text every once in a blue. That may come full circle down the road. This doesn't have to come full circle in May. For many of you it will. But there's something about being out with friends and socializing. It brings us to the forefront. Somebody new and very significant can come through for you in May. The energy's here very strongly, especially if you really don't want to get back together with an ex. You just like, you breathe deeply. That sigh of relief. You crave your freedom. For those of you who are craving freedom and you're so grateful that you're out of the old relationship, this true love is coming through or has the potential to come through. While you're out with friends, while you're having conversations with people, just meeting new people, they'll come through in May. That energy is very, very close. It sits at the center of your reading. Separation here. Let's clarify by calling in a soulmate. Well, again, for some of you, use it absolutely not. I've had it. I'm not doing this anymore. And while you're out with friends and you're not really focused on love too much, you wind up calling in a soulmate. While you're celebrating your freedom and you're not obsessing over love, look who comes in, okay? So it really does benefit you. For others of you, you've separated from a soulmate, okay? You've separated from this true love. So even though you were craving that freedom, even if you initiated a breakup, a separation of sorts, you get some clarity that you know, I'm going to fight for this. I need healthier boundaries here. We really have to resolve this, as long as they're willing to resolve and work on this issue that we've had, especially whatever's smothering you, whoever, even if it's your partner. I see some of you trying to work that out with a partner. I see that you can have success, but they also might be a little too hurt. If you initiate reconciling in May, expect somebody to be a little hesitant, especially if there are children involved, because they're afraid you're going to be someone who comes and goes, even though you know that you're very stable, even though you really appreciate this clarity and would appreciate them more because of the clarity you've had after a separation. They're going to be a little cautious, a little extra cautious letting you back in. Be patient with that. If this really is a true love, if you're really feeling this is a high-level soulmate and you're the one who initiated the breakup, understand that they grieved this in a way that you may not have, okay? And so it's going to be a little harder for them to open their heart up to you, but I do see it happening. For some of you, you will get back together because this person really is a true love. Crowning your reading. Let's get a crowning card here. Retreat. Well, for some of you, you're retreating from love. Again, it's the time spent with friends. You know, you're working on yourself. It's about self-love. It's not about calling somebody new in. It actually winds up calling somebody new in. Now, if you really don't want that and it's all about self-love and having fun with friends, that's fine too. It just feels like you have bigger energy and such a major transitions in career right now. You don't necessarily have to take new love on. Just understand that the energy of this really is here. It may catch you by surprise. For others of you, this retreat crowning the reading, it's a retreat that you'll take to rekindle things, okay? So if someone's willing to give you a second shot after you had chosen, okay, to separate from them, this will be really important for you guys. You got to reconnect. You have to be able to communicate. You have to have a game plan to have healthier boundaries, because you don't want to be pushed to your limit and walk away again. It'll be more painful for you the second time around, but it will really hurt them. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck here. Not surprised to see this. Release your ex. I'm going to say for more of you than most. I'm going to say I feel like 75% of you. 75% of you. It doesn't feel like more than 75. Feels like a solid number. Okay, I'm being shown 75, 76% of you. It's about releasing the ex. You're separated and that's what you want and that's what you need and you know it, and you're just out, you're having fun. If you retreat, is to heal yourself. It's not about going back to anybody, and that's positive, and you're doing it, and you're confident, and you're on it, and that's done, okay? For others of you, it's releasing the old energy so that you really do have a shot of rekindling things with the true love. The release your ex isn't necessarily them, but it is a releasing of whoever that was interfering with your relationship. That was the catalyst for the breakup. But I'll show you this. We have attraction. And you know, you're very attractive when you are out and you're having a great time with friends. Okay, I really see you dancing. Are you guys like dancers, like hardcore? It doesn't even feel like you're just out crazy partying. It just, you're just out, you're in music, and you're dancing. Like you're in it. You're in that place of joy, okay? And it makes you very attractive. This is hidden a little bit. It's still bottom of the deck, though. Some of this deception comes through. This deception comes through a bit with someone that you separated from. They may not be telling an honest story to people as to why you broke up, and you may hear about that. I don't think that you'll care. If that's the case, there could be somebody showing up that's new, that's kind of giving you like an illusion and not their real self. You'll see through that so quickly. I don't even know if you need to hear that, because you're not obsessed. You're not obsessively focused on new love. So this really feels buried. This honestly just feels like someone having a hard time with the breakup, and they kind of can't acknowledge their role in it, or it embarrasses them a little bit, and they have some words and some versions of story out there that aren't particularly in your favor. But one, I don't think that you care. And two, I don't see it really doing too much damage. Do be careful, though. If you get back together with an ex and you are entertaining that, make sure that they really are healed and they're not coming back resentful, okay? Make sure your feelings are totally honest and authentic if you consider rekindling with somebody, because if you're not over this need for freedom and you know that healthy boundaries, it's just not really realistic. It's their child's mother or father, and they're always going to be in the picture, and they're not a personality that will ever heal or change. You know you can't handle that. Don't do that to your ex. Don't jump back into a relationship to jump back out in a couple weeks or a couple months, okay? So be honest about what it is you want and what you can handle if you're considering a reconciliation here, because I see the potential that you could really, really, really break somebody's heart. You may have already done that, but the thing is, it's not to make you feel guilty. If someone really was smothering you, something really was off, and it really does feel like your highest good, 75, 76% of you, it really feels like it was of your highest good to separate and move on, okay? If you are coming back together, just make sure everybody's intentions are pure, but that deception card is buried. We won't focus on it too much. What we are going to focus on is this beautiful energy, okay? We have this true love, this soulmate love. If you want this, this can come in for you in May. If you still want to stay focused on your friends, don't be surprised if this shows up anyway. And for the 25% of you that are considering maybe getting back together because you know that that true love and that soulmate connection is very much intact, just have a little patience, because that person may have grieved the separation a lot harder than you did, okay? Love, compassion. But either way, it looks like you're having a really beautiful month and a lot of fun. I'm happy for you, Aries. You need this. I don't think you felt this free and this social and this joyful in a long time. So go have a great month. Be with your friends. Enjoy it to the max. Just be conscious. If you're going back to anybody, just be conscious of their feelings and that grieving process they went through when you stepped out of the picture. But otherwise, I'm sending you guys so much love, light, gratitude. Thank you for being here. I will be back May 15th for your mid-month love reading. If you would like an individual private reading to get a little more clarity on your individual circumstances, reach out to me. I'm available for that. I am also available for healing sessions. My specialty is energy work. I am a Reiki master teacher. I've been doing this for a very long time. I've trained people all over the world. Please know that that's an option for those of you, especially sometimes these messages go both ways. If you feel like you're grieving someone who stepped out and you need a little help with that, absolutely reach out to me. We can set that up. I'm sending you so much love, light, gratitude, Aries. I'll see you back here soon. Ciao.